Hello, this is Mr. Montgomery again. This is for my physical science students. This lab today is all about making measurements that have to do with speed. So we're going to use a couple of toy cars, run them across the tabletop, measure how long it takes them to travel a certain distance, use that distance and time in order to calculate just how fast they're going, and then answer some questions involving speed and velocity. But if you haven't done it already, go ahead, print yourself out a lab handout so that you can record your data as we're going through this video. So let's start by taking a quick look at this lab handout. So go ahead, read your instructions there. I'm going to show you in just a moment the materials that you're going to use. So once you've seen those, you can record that information. And then your experimental method. So you're going to come back here after you watch the video. You'll know exactly what I did, and in order you can come back and write out the steps. Now I've only numbered this 1 through 3. You can continue numbering, however much you need here to get all the steps in. You're trying to state all of these steps in such a way that someone else could come back and repeat the same experiment. On the back there on page 2, this is where you're going to record all of the values, and those values for the distance and time, that's what I'm going to be giving you in this video. You'll come back, calculate the average speed, and then you'll begin to answer your questions here at the bottom of page 2 and on to page 3. And then the very last part of the video, you'll need to stay tuned for that, because the last part of the video is going to show you what you need for question number 5 and question number 6. There's a little bit more experimentation going on for those 2 questions. All right, but the materials you're actually going to need, or what I'm using right here, I've got my stopwatch in order to measure my time. I've got a meter stick over here in order to measure distance. I'm going to mark off my start and stop point with a piece of tape. And then we got 2 different toy cars. This first one is just a fan car. It blows air in the direction of my hand right now. Second one is this battery operated car. So when you flip it on, it takes off right there. And then we have this little plastic sail. It's going to attach to our fan car when we're answering that very last question. So I'm going to get everything set up and then start giving you the data you need. All right, so we're ready to test this battery powered car first. I've taken my meter stick over here and I've used it to set up a start line and a finish line 100 centimeters apart. Okay, so using a distance of 100 centimeters, or you could record it as 1 meter if you want to do that as well. So 1 meter is going to be the distance for every trial that we do right here. And so I've got my stopwatch ready. I'm going to call these times out. I'm going to try to start this car and stop it before it gets too far away, and then be able to give you the time it takes this car to reach the finish line. Okay, so I'm going to power it up, and then when I set it down, I'm going to hit start on my watch here. Ready, go. All right, so that first trial was 2.62 seconds. 2.62 seconds on trial number 1. I'm going to reset my stopwatch, and we're going to do that same thing again. Ready, go. All right, trial number 2 on the battery powered car. Coming to focus there, 2.56 seconds. 2.56 seconds. All right, and then 1 more for this battery powered car. Ready, go. All right, third, final trial on this battery powered car, 2.61 seconds, 2.61. Now I'm going to switch over to the fan powered car. I'm going to do the same type of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And I'm going to hold it here. You reset my stopwatch. Ready, go. All right, first trial on the fan powered car, 1.82 seconds. 1.82 seconds for trial 1 on the fan car. number 2 on the fan powered car. That's 1.80 seconds. 1.80 seconds. And the final try. Final try, 1.63 seconds. 1.63 seconds. Now we're looking at question 5. So I've set up my meter stick, this time a meter from my wall, marked my start, and this is actually going to be my start line and my finish line this time. And we want this car to go down to the wall. It's actually going to hit the wall, flip itself over, and come back. And we're going to measure how much time. So we're going 1 meter to the wall and 1 meter back. We're 100 centimeters to the wall and 100 centimeters back. So let me get this car going. So actually climbs on the wall, flips itself over, and we got a time, bring it into focus, 5.87 seconds. And one of the key parts of this question is dealing with the difference in speed and velocity. One of the key things for velocity is that you ended up right back where you started with, or sorry, where you started at. Ended up right back where you started at. Question number 6 on your handout. So I took a fan car, and what we saw earlier is we turn this on. It's going to want to begin to accelerate because the air is being pushed to the right. So as the fan pushes the air to the right, Newton's third law tells us in turn that the air is going to apply equal but opposite force to this fan, cause it to accelerate to the left. Now, hard to see because it's clear plastic, but I've mounted this plastic piece onto this fan car. And so now when we turn on the fan car, the wind, the air is going to blow against this sail. So pause here, make a prediction. What's going to happen when we turn on the fan? So hopefully you made your prediction. We're going to turn it on and let's see what happens. Well, what happens is this fan car doesn't go anywhere. The difference now is same as before. The air is applying a force to this fan, and if this sail isn't here, that's going to cause the entire car to go to my left. You would think that the air blowing on this sail would cause everything to go to the right. But now what we've created are 2 forces that are balancing each other out. That while the air is pushing back to my left on the fan, the air is also pushing to the right on this sail. And everything here is balanced. Those 2 forces are balancing each other out. And so the net force on this fan car becomes 0, and it's unable to accelerate in either direction. So that does it for this Physical Science 1 lab about speed. As always, if you have any questions, for my students, reach out to me, contact me. I will be glad to help you out. Y'all have a good day.